This morning after being repatriated from Kuwait. The 29-year-old's body was found in a freezer last week in an apartment that was abandoned by its tenants for over a year. Her death has prompted the Philippine government to ban the deployment of overseas workers to Kuwait and re-examine how it protects its people working abroad. Buena Bernal reports from Manila.
A tearful welcome, but certainly not the kind that Joanna Demafelis would have hoped for when she left the country to work in Kuwait.
Yun po, sana mahanap na nila po yung pumatay sa kapatid ko po. Yung mga pangarap niya po, yun yung sinasabi niya sa mother ko na kaya po siya umalis po dahil gusto niya matulungan yung mga magulang namin po at saka yung bunso namin kapatid.
The 29-year-old's frozen remains were discovered last week by Kuwaiti authorities inside a freezer at an apartment that had been abandoned by its tenants for over a year. The Philippine government now says the abuse and ill treatment of workers like Joanna must stop.
Yung kanyang death is very tragic, but will also be a rallying point for all of the government agencies to be more aggressive abroad in helping our OFWs be protected.
The case has prompted the Philippines to impose a ban on deploying workers to Kuwait, but there appears to be culpability too among government agencies responsible for overseas workers. The Overseas Workers Welfare Administration, or OWA, says one of its welfare officers in Kuwait has been recalled for failing to respond to the family's request for assistance last year. More such officers could be recalled as internal investigations into the matter gather steam. The Philippines is currently in negotiations with Kuwait for a memorandum of understanding on migrant workers' welfare after negotiations fell through in 2013. Current OWA Chief Hans Leo Kakdak says that while Demafelis' death is tragic, it has also for the first time in years given the Philippines leverage in these negotiations. It's also provided the impetus to review the government's certification of countries deemed suitable to host Filipino workers.
Well, sa tingin ko, kailangan reviewin, kasi may country certification system tayo. And about 2-3 years ago, meron ng move to review the country certifications of in fairness, not just Middle East, but all the countries. So I think it's also time to go over the country certifications natin, ng whether positive or negative, ng mga host countries ng OFWs.
Secretary Cayetano says the government is also looking at how to use social media to stay connected with the 10 million Filipino migrant workers scattered across the globe. But until such long-term measures are sorted out, it seems likely that this will just be the latest in a string of tragic homecomings for Filipinos working overseas. Buena Bernal, Channel News Asia, Manila.
A loan fraud case involving one of